Hi everyone, welcome to Flores Gaming channel, and today I'll be showcasing to you my own weapon pool as well as some of the general weapon pool that other players are using out there. So basically in this game I'm an advocate of F2P weapons because of how fast the meta progresses in GBF nowadays. You have around 1 year to build your pool once a weapon is released, because during the 1 year if you do not finish building your pool, it might get outphased or the meta might shift to something else. Therefore, it's best to keep this in mind when you're building your weapon pool. Now, the first weapon pool I'll be showing to you is my fire weapon pool. I'm actually using an Agnes on Agnes, so my main weapon will be a Xeno Axe, 6 Axe, and also 2 Athena Spears and 1 Primarch weapon. I'm generally a critical player because of how good critical can be in long battles. Therefore, even in the new Ultimate Bahamut battle, criticals will be effective against it. If you're a Fire Magna player, you can generally opt for Colo with Shiva, and the weapon will be 1 main hand, 1 Baha weapon, 1 Primarch weapon, 4 Colo staffs as well as 3 Xeno axes. If you feel a bit fancy and you want to upgrade the basic pool, you can opt for an Egg build which is also Colo with Shiva or Colo with Colo, but I'll generally recommend Shiva due to how good Shiva is as a support. And the pool will be 1 main hand, 1 Baha weapon, 1 Primarch weapon, 5 Ancient Axe and 2 Xeno axes. Next, we'll be moving on to my water pool. So for water pool, I have 1 main hand, 3 Oberons, 1 Granblue Feast, 2 Wilhelms, 1 Primarch weapon and 2 Fimbu. The reason why I generally opt for an Elysian when I'm playing with water is because my water uses Varuna with Varuna, which needs a lot of HP and you need to keep your HP at a high count. Therefore, having a Guild War hub as your main weapon will really help sustain the DPS and also your health in the long run. If you are playing a Water Magna, your summon will be a Leviathan coupled with Bonito. So you have 1 main hand, 1 Bahamut weapon, 1 Primarch weapon, 5 Levi daggers as well as 2 unknown weapons. And as the same as fire, if you feel a bit fancy, you can opt to upgrade yourself to Water Magna Oberon build, which is basically Leviathan on Leviathan, so it's a double Leviathan, with 1 main hand, 1 Bahamut weapon, 1 Primarch weapon, 5 Ancient Oberons with 2 unknown weapons. Next will be my Earth pool. There are actually several variations around the Titan with Titan build, but generally I will play an Elysian main as well. So the main hand will be a Volhu Harp, 4 Baal guns, 3 Baal axes, 1 Primarch Feast as well as 1 Byaku Feast. My Byaku Feast is built for critical because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm actually a big fan of critical build. If you actually don't like critical that much and you would prefer something like, for example, Enmity, you can take away 1 of the gun or 2 of the gun and put in more axes as well as a Volhu gun to increase your HP. For the Earth Magna players, your main summon will be Drasil and your support summon can either be Elixir or Tescat, but the pool will be the same. You'll be using 1 main hand, 1 Bahamut weapon, 1 Primarch weapon, 5 Yggdrasil swords as well as 2 Xeno harps. Next, we'll move on to the wind pool. Well, I'm sure many of you all here would probably have built the wind pool as the first start in your GBF journey, so it shouldn't come as a surprise. It's a very basic pool with Tiamat as the main summon, and also your support summon can be any of the elemental boosting summons there are out there like Anat or a Rose Queen for example. Your main hand will be a Guild War dagger recommended for the DA and TA boost, and there will be 7 Tiamat guns, 1 Bahamut weapon as well as a Primarch weapon. Now you can opt for an unknown weapon in exchange for 1 of the gun, but seeing that Xeno weapons are coming out and I'll probably anticipate the Xeno weapon of Wind to have the same skill as the other Xeno weapons, I recommend you to hold on to one of the slot at the moment and wait out for the new Xeno. If you're actually lucky enough to own a Sephiroth, you can build the Wind Primal build, which is basically Sephiroth on Sephiroth, and your pool will be 1 main hand, 1 Primarch weapon, 2 Tiamat guns, 2 Celeste Spears for the large enmity, and 4 Garuda Bows for the critical and defense up when your HP goes down. Now this is a very fun build and could be useful in the future when the boss hits you like a truck. Next will be my light party. For my light party, I'm actually using a Chevalier with Lucifer Summon. Chevalier is also Luminera in the English version. For my main hand, it will be a Guild War Dagger, 6 Chef Swords, 1 Bahamut Sword, 1 Cosmos Sword, as well as 1 Oryu or Huanglong Feast. Now there's a misconception going out there saying that Cosmos weapons aren't needed or aren't that relevant in the current meta anymore. While this is true for most of the elements out there, it is not true for wind and light, because you can go to a calculator and input and you will see that the DPS is actually higher with Cosmos weapons on. Moreover, in the case of light party, Cosmos Sword balance will give all balanced units a 20% increase in defense as well as a 20% increase in DA, which in turn help them generate Ogi faster, because light party are quite reliant on Ogi gauge to run their mechanics. The DPS of this party can be further increased by substituting the Bahamut Sword and the Oryu Feast with 2 more Chevalier Swords. But since the drop rate is so low, I would actually recommend you to hold on to it, keep it as a placeholder slot, and wait out for the new Ultimate Bahamut weapon or the SSR Kabunker weapons, which are going to be released soon. For the light primal build, it is almost the same as Chevalier. You'll be using Zeus as your main summon, Lucifer as a support summon, and you will have 1 main hand, 8 Chevalier Swords, as well as 1 Cosmos Sword. Do note that for a Zeus build to shine in this potential, you need to have a minimum of 6 Chef Swords, or else it's not justifiable compared to the Chevalier build instead. Last but not least, one of the most notorious element of all time, Dark. For Dark, I'm actually using a Magna Celeste with Bahamut build, and my main hand will be the Guild War Dagger, which is fully upgraded for the nice 35% DATA boost, 5 Celeste Claw, 1 Bahamut Sword, 2 Ancient Kortanas, as well as 1 Kirin Sword. You can opt to replace the Kirin Sword with 1 more Feast to increase your DPS if you don't need the survivability. However, do note that the cutoff is around 75%, which means that if your HP is above 75%, the Kirin Sword will actually net you more DPS instead. If you are opting to build a F2P Dark Primal build, I'm sorry to inform you that the options that you have aren't many, and it most likely is inferior to DPS compared to a proper Enmity Celeste build. But nevertheless, there's a way to build an F2P Dark Primal build. So your main summon will be Hades, your support summon will be Bahamut, and you have 1 main hand, 1 Diablos Glow, 1 Serbi Gun, 1 UK weapon, 2 Serbi Daggers, 2 Kortanas, as well as 2 Celeste Feasts. Now I know this video is supposed to be only showing F2P weapon pools, but just in case you are curious on how the Dark Primal pay to win build is like at the moment, it's actually a Hades on Hades with 1 main hand, 5 Gisla, 2 Serbi Guns, 2 Celeste Feasts, or you can exchange the 2 Celeste Feasts for 1 Celeste Feast and 1 Kirin Bow if you need the DPS as well as the damage cap up. Do note that however, the meta might be changing soon, hence I will actually recommend those who are just only starting to build this pool or want to build this pool to settle down with the Celeste pool first and see where the meta will be going in a few months from now on. And that is all for now. So I'll probably be adding another video or creating a new update later on when the SSR Kabunker weapons and also the Ultimate Bahamut weapons are released in a few days time. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is Flores Gaming Channel and I'll see you next time.